She exclaimed that the basket is empty. Where's the silver? So, it's the silver you are worrying about, said the bishop. Then, what bishop remarks? That you are asking about silver, not about the basket. I can't tell you where that is. Bishop doesn't know where is the silver. Heaven save us! It has been stolen! That man who came last night. It took no time to Ma'am Magloire to understand that Jean Valjean has stolen the silver, because neither the silver was there at home nor that man. So definitely it took no time to understand Ma'am Magloire to judge that Jean Valjean has done the theft. Ma'am Magloire ran into the oratory, peered into the alcove, and came running back to her master, who was now bending sadly over a colaria that had been damaged by the basket when it fell. First of all, Ma'am Magloire ran inside with difficulty to find whether Jean Valjean was there inside or not. Then she came back to her master, and the master was bending sadly over a plant because it had been damaged by the fallen off basket. Monsignor, the man has gone. Children, look here. This is a contracted form. Man apostrophe S. How can you recognize that it is man has gone, not man is, or any other helping verb? Because present, past, perfect tense. Third form of the verb has been used here. Monsignor, the man has gone. Man has gone because third form of the verb, it is go, went, gone. So it is man has. The silver has been stolen. She cried, she shouted that neither the man is there nor the silver. The bishop, after a moment's pause, turned his grave eyes on her and said gently, in the first place, was it really ours? Now the bishop asks her, Ma'am Magloire, that was that silver really belonged to us only? Ma'am Magloire stood dumbfounded. After a further silence, the bishop went on, I think I was wrong to keep it so long. It belonged to poor. And what was that man if not one of them? That man was also poor. That silver was also given by poor people only. In fact, Bishop said, I was so wrong to keep it for long time. Saints alive, exclaimed Ma'am Magloire, it's not on my account or Mademoiselle's, but Monseigneur, what will Monseigneur eat with now? No silver forks, no silver knives are there. I am not getting concerned about myself or anyone else. In fact, now, Monseigneur, how will you eat? He looked at her in astonishment. There is always pewter. Pewter means a grey metal made by mixing tin with lead. Pewter smells. On that, Madame Magloire remarks that such type of metal smells. Well, then wooden forks and spoons would be okay. Bishop replies. A few minutes later, he was breakfasting at the table where Jean Valjean had sat the night before and remarking cheerfully to his sister and Ma'am Magloire that no spoon or forks, even wooden ones, was needed for dipping bread into a bowl of milk. Then, a few minutes later, he was breakfasting. who? Bishop was breakfasting, and he recalls the incident when Jean Valjean was also sitting on the same place, on the same table, and Jean Valjean was remarking cheerfully that for eating bread and to dip bread into the milk, no fork, no cutlery is required. As the brother and sister were in the act of rising from the table, a knock sounded on the door, and the bishop called, "Come in, brother and sister." Who is the sister? This Mademoiselles. The brother and sister were about to get up from the table only, and suddenly there was a knock on the door. There was a knock at the door, and Bishop allowed them to come in by saying, "Come in." The door opened to disclose a dramatic group. Three men were holding a fourth by the arm and neck. The three were gendarmes. The fourth was Jean Valjean. At the door, when knock was there was a group of four people. Out of four, three were French policemen. This gendarmes means French policemen. The fourth was Jean Valjean, and obviously Jean Valjean was caught by those three French policemen. A sergeant of gendarmes entered the room and saluted. "Monseigneur," he began. He addresses the bishop. He saluted the bishop. At this, Valjean raised his head in stupefaction. He is a little confused. He is in terror also, because the stolen silver was with him. He was in fear what that person, bishop, is going to remark about Jean Valjean, that he is a thief. He has stolen the things from his house, and what would be the further reaction? So, in stupefaction, Jean Valjean raised his head. "Monseigneur," he repeated, "he isn't the cure." Cure means a district priest in France. Earlier, Jean Valjean thought that Monseigneur was a priest in France. "Silence," said one of the gendarmes. "This is his lordship, the bishop." Monseigneur Bienvenu was meanwhile coming towards them as rapidly as his age allowed. Monseigneur Bienvenu also came towards them. "So here you are," he cried to Valjean. "I am delighted to see you. Have you forgotten that I gave you the candlesticks as well? They are worth a good 200 francs. Did you forget to take them?" And straightforwardly, Bishop starts talking to Valjean only, that "Have you forgotten your candlesticks? They are also much expensive. You can sell them and can get 200 francs if you want to. Did you forget to take them?" "Monseigneur," said the sergeant, "do I understand that this man was telling the truth?" Because the same story was told by Jean Valjean to the French policeman also, that an old man who is a bishop, Monseigneur, he gave these silvers to Jean Valjean. He has not stolen. The same story was told by Jean Valjean also. When we saw him, he seemed to be on the run. Monseigneur, when we saw this person, Jean Valjean, he was about to run, and we thought that he is a thief. We found this silver in his knapsack, and in his small bag we saw this silver, and he told you," said the bishop, smiling, "that it had been given to him by an old priest with whom he stopped the night. I can see how it was. You felt bound to bring him here, but you were mistaken." Bishop protected him by giving the explanation to the French policeman, to the sergeant, that "Did he tell you the same thing, that it was given by an old priest with whom he had stopped last night, and you thought he is a thief?" No, sergeant, no, policeman, you are wrong. You have committed a mistake. The gendarmes released Valjean. Obviously, students, the French policemen had to release Valjean as there was no proof against him. But this time, said the bishop, you must not forget your candlesticks. He fetched them from the mantelpiece and handed them to Valjean. What bishop does? He brought the candlesticks from the shelf which was above the fireplace and handed over to the Valjean by saying that you must not forget to take them. And now, said the bishop, go in peace. He turned to the gendarmes. Thank you, gentlemen. The gendarmes withdrew. Withdrew is the second form of withdraw. Withdraw, withdrew, withdrawn. The gendarmes withdrew. Valjean stayed motionless as though he were on the verge of collapse. The bishop came up to him and said in a low voice, Bishop, asked the Frenchman, thank you, and the Frenchman went away from there. Valjean stayed motionless as though he were on the verge of collapse. Still, Valjean was so much confused. The bishop came up to him and said in a low voice, do not forget, do not ever forget that you have promised me to use the money to make yourself an honest man. Now, bishop talks to Valjean by saying that he makes him understand that Valjean, do not forget that you have promised me that you are gonna utilize this money in making yourself an honest man. Valjean, who didn't recall having made any promise, was silent. The bishop had spoken the words slowly and deliberately. Deliberately means knowingly. He concluded with solemn emphasis. He concluded the things very seriously. Valjean was still in the state of bafflement, in the state of confusion, that when did I make this promise? What is he talking about? And bishop said that these words slowly, calmly, willingly actually. Jean Valjean, my brother, you no longer belong to what is evil, but to what is good. What Jean Valjean, my brother, you are not a bad person. You are a very good person. You belong to what is good. I have bought your soul to save it from black thought and the spirit of perdition, and I give it to God. Now, what Bishop says, my child, my brother, you were in the state of confusion whether to leave the opportunity of grabbing the silver or to kill the bishop or leave the things there. If you remember, students, we have just read that the protagonist Jean Valjean was in a confusion whether he should grab the opportunity or leave the opportunity. If he grabs the opportunity, then only just for stealing bread he was imprisoned for so many years. Now it's a matter of silver, which is quite much expensive. If he will steal, if he gets imprisoned once again, then he has to spend many more years in prison. But if he does not grab this opportunity, then definitely he will starve. If he grabs and will be able to run away, then he can feed himself for many more days. Such confusions were there in his mind, and the same is Bishop talking about that you were in a confusion. I have brought your soul into the purity, and your sins are vanished whatsoever you have done. Now go, sell these silver, take money, and turn your life around it. Turn your life into a good one now. So children, now you have seen how an act of kindness makes all the differences. Children, I hope you have understood the chapter. Read the chapter and go through with the summary part also. Thank you.